Hi guys, Andy from Mad Lad Designs again, continuing with the playthrough of the board game Wrath of Ashardalon. But first, I've had a viewer ask me about the card sleeves I use, the plastic sleeving that I put my cards in. So let's take a look at the ones I use. And here we are, this is the cards I use. They come in a packet of 100. They are, I don't know if they're the standard size, what you call standard size. They definitely fit playing cards and cards of that size, including Magic the Gathering. That's okay for that. Let's take a zoom in and have a good look. There we go. So as you can see, you get 100 in a packet. I buy 400 at a time. So it's 4 of these packets at a time for about just over £4. Do well for me, especially if you've got a lot of board games and Magic the Gathering and you want to keep your cards clean. I'll put a link to where I bought them from off amazon.co.uk at the bottom. But that's what they are. They do crease slightly if you're stuffing them back into the packet when you finish with them, so be careful of that. And oh, a little tip as well. You may find that if you have a stack of cards all with sleeves on, because it's smooth plastic, you might find that they can move easily and they get knocked about. And you touch them, they go all over. So a little tip for you is once you've got the stack, push down, press down on them, squeezes out all the air from between the cards. I mean, it doesn't last that long, but you know, gets them in a pile and the cards don't go all over as much as they normally do. Just squeezes the air out of them, press them down, and then you know, you can easily pick up cards. So yeah, that's where I got my cards from. They do me well, fit the cards just perfectly. And yeah, I'll just put a link in the description at the bottom from Amazon where I bought them from, and I'll buy them in stacks of 400. Right, okay, so that's out the way. So let us get back down to the table for turn 2, part 1 of Wrath of Ashardalon playthrough. Welcome back to the table, and it's Vistra's turn. But before she takes a turn, sorry Vistra, you're going to have to wait a bit because there was a mistake made in the last episode. Now Heskin, the wizard, used his arc lightning on 2 Legion Devils. One opposite Quinn and another one opposite Vistra. So we rolled the dice for his first attack on the first Legion Devil opposite Quinn, and we added the attack strength of the arc lightning. Let me just briefly show you that one, which should have been a +7 attack. So I added 7 to the roll, and it was more, sorry, it was, there we go, it was more than the Legion Devil's armor class, so the Legion Devil was destroyed. All well and good. So then the second attack for the arc lightning was focused at the Legion Devil opposite Vistra, and I rolled for the attack and then for some obscure reason, instead of adding 7 bonus excuse me, I added 11 which took the attack well above the Legion Devil's armor class, when in fact I should have added 7. And 7 to the 5 I rolled was 12, which did not go over the Legion Devil's armor class of 16. So that Legion Devil was not destroyed. So sorry Vistra. You still have the Legion Devil to fight, which meant that that one of these two treasures should be placed back on top of the treasure pile. Well, the first one I actually took off the top was the throwing shield, and that was for Quinn, the Legion Devil opposite Quinn. This Dwarven Hammer was for the Legion Devil opposite Vistra. Now obviously Legion Devil is now back, which means it wasn't destroyed, which means there was no treasure card, so this Dwarven Hammer is going to go back on top of the treasure pile. And the throwing shield I'm actually going to give to Vistra. Okay, so I'll do that right now. So as you can see, Vistra now has the throwing shield and the Wand of Fear. Okay, so let's crack on with Vistra's turn. So Vistra is now going to take her turn, and yes, she's going to attack the Legion Devil that suddenly appeared back from the dead. And she's actually going to use Sure Strike. You trade power for precision. Attack one adjacent monster with a high attack value of +11. Okay, so I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. And that is a 19. 19 plus 11 is more than enough to destroy the Legion Devil. So the Legion Devil is now definitely dead. I'm not going to be showing you the sequence of play cards constantly. I'm assuming you know how to play now. I'm not going to show you me picking up the dungeon tiles or picking up monster cards, or if it's a monster I've already shown you, I'm not going to be showing you the monster card again and again. But if it's a brand new monster that hasn't been out, I'll show you the card, and encounter cards, I'll show you the encounter cards as well. So Legion Devil is definitely now dead, which means a treasure card is brought out, and it's obviously going to be the Dwarven Hammer. Now it's been suggested I should give this Dwarven Hammer to Vistra, the Dwarven Fighter. Obviously Dwarven Hammer, Dwarven Fighter, yeah. But I'm actually going to give this to Quinn, because he has a power called Sacred Flame, and if he hits with it, he gets to choose anyone on the tile he's on, any hero, and regain 1 hit point. So obviously the higher the attack bonus, the better he'll hit, the more hit points will be healed. So I am actually going to give this to Quinn. And then Vistra is actually now going to move. So she's going to move here, and because she's next to an unexplored edge, we reveal a tile, and this is the tile. Lovely. Right into a dead end, but we still have to reveal a monster, and it is, oh, something we haven't brought out before, Gibbering Mouther. Let's have a look. Really nasty piece of work. So when it hits, it takes 1 point off, and the hero is dazed, which I'll tell you about if it happens. Okay, so we bring out our Gibbering Mouther. Right, so next up would be the villain phase, but because we've got a white triangle, we don't need to get an encounter card, but now we do have to activate any monsters that Vistra controls, and she does control a few monsters, starting with the Kobold Dragon Shield. So here we go, oops. If the kobold is adjacent to a hero, it attacks with a sword. It's not adjacent. If the kobold is on a tile with no heroes and an unexplored edge, draw a dungeon tile. Right, well, it's definitely not next to no unexplored edge, and it's on a tile with a hero. So otherwise the kobold moves 1 tile towards the closest hero. Now, although it says move 1 tile towards the closest hero, he doesn't move here, where you'd expect him to, because that's one tile over. He'll actually move to the closest hero within the one tile. So if there's a hero on the tile, he'll move there next to the hero. If there wasn't no hero, then he'd move next to a hero on the opposite tile. So Kobold Dragonshield is actually going to move there. And that is it for the Kobold Dragonshield. Next we move on to the Human Cultist. If the Cultist is within one tile of a hero, he moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a poison dagger. Well, yes he is. There's one tile, there's another tile, and there's a hero. So he's going to actually move adjacent to the closest hero and attack with a poison dagger. So let's roll and see what we get. Okay, here we go. A 1. Excellent. So the Human Cultist had an attack strength of 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. Comes nowhere near Heskin's armor class of 14. So that is definitely a miss. So next up is the Gibbering Mouther. If the Gibbering Mouther is within one tile of a hero, it attacks all heroes within one tile. So it's definitely within one tile of a hero, so all 3 heroes are going to be attacked. And it's going to attack with a +8, and if it hits, it's going to do 1 damage, and it's going to daze the hero. So let's roll and see what we get. Okay, let's first roll for Vistra. Ooh, 11 plus 8 for the Gibbering Mouther's attack is 19. And Vistra, her armor class is 17, but because she's got the throwing shield, it is actually 19. But that's still a hit. So Vistra has now been hit for 1 hit point and she's dazed. Let's take a look. So we need to remove 1 hit point from Vistra. It goes another hit point. And she is now dazed. So Vistra can only move or attack, but not both. At the end of the next hero phase, this gets removed. So we place this on a card so we remember. Next up, the Gibbering Mouther is going to attack Quinn with an attack of +8, and again, if he gets hit, -1 from his hit points and he's dazed. So let's take a look at the roll. That's a 6, so that's 14, which does not hit Quinn's armor class, thankfully, which is 16, so Quinn has been saved. So we'll roll now for Keyleth, see what she gets. Yes, I think that's a definite hit on Keyleth. So let's take a look. She gets 1 hit point removed, and she also gets the dazed. Oh dear, so we'll put that there. So that ends Vistra's go. She's destroyed the Legion Devil that came back from the dead. And she's brought out a Gibbering Mouther. So we're going to move on now to Keyleth's go. Just give me a moment to think about what I'm going to do. Now we need to remember that Keyleth has got quite a few things on her. She has the dazed effect, where she can move or attack but not do both. But she also has a gap in the armour, which she has a -4 to her armour class. But with the gap in the armour, if she doesn't move by the end of her turn, her hero phase, that gets removed. So we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. She's not going to move. She's going to stay exactly where she is. And she's going to use her at-will power, Valiant Strike. When making this attack, you get a +1 bonus to attack for each monster adjacent to your hero. Well, We have a Legion Devil adjacent to our hero, so we get a +1 on our roll. So let's roll that and see what we get. Okay, 11. Okay, the Valiant Strike attack bonus is +8, so that's 19, which is more than enough to kill the Legion Devil with his armor class of 16. So the Legion Devil is destroyed. Goodbye. And also a treasure card is now taken. Let's have a look. A potion of recovery. There we go. Use it any time. End one condition on your hero or an adjacent hero. Ooh. Let's give that to... What can we give that to? Let's give it to Vistra, because she's dazed. So hopefully she might be able to use this to remove the dazed condition. So I'll give that to Vistra. Excellent. So she's not going to move. So that means the dazed condition can be taken off. And it also means, because she hasn't moved, the gap in the armor card can be removed. So she's now back up to an armor class of 17. Ooh. But because she hasn't drawn a tile, she must draw an encounter card. Let's have a look at what we get. Poisoned Arrow. A disguised pressure plate triggers a trap, firing a poisoned arrow. Attack the active hero with an attack of +8, and if it hits, it's -2 of the hit points and poisoned, and on a miss it still causes 1 damage. Okay, let's roll this dice and see what we get for Keyleth. So it's +8, that's 12, which is not enough to hit Keyleth's armor class of 17. So she doesn't remove 2 hit points and is poisoned, but she does remove 1. Okay, so I'm going to exchange these stack of 5 and put 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Keyleth is now down to 4 hit points, not very good at all. Also, because all the Legion Devils are now destroyed, the Legion Devil card goes in our experience pile, and we get 3 experience for this card. We've already got 2 experience from the Cave Bear, so all in all now we have 5 experience. And we can use that 5 experience if we come across an encounter card that we don't like, or if we roll a natural 20 on the dice, then one of our heroes can level up. So exciting times. And I think that concludes the first part of turn 2. Vistra has been, Keyleth's been a bit of a battle going on, but there you go. Join me next time when Quinn will try and regain Keyleth a few more hit points before she dies. Okay guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.